All right. This is it. It sucks. I'm not gonna pretend that it doesn't. It is what it is, though. He won the popular vote, so I gotta congratulate the Trump supporters, I guess, and just be like, hey, this time you actually did it. You didn't even need the Electoral College for this one. So, and they also won the Senate. So, as much as I want to sit here and seethe and cope, I also want to learn. I want to take this as a lesson, and I want to move forward, because sitting like today, I understand it's the day after. It is so fresh. A lot of, people are just coping. So, and it's okay. And the thing is, if Trump supporters, and I'm gonna cover you guys in a minute. If you guys actually are, just decent human beings, you're not gonna do the thing where you're just gonna fucking rub it in everybody's face. Because honestly, it's kind of like, this is, you know what, I'll just cover it now. If you guys voted for Trump, I'm cool with it. Honestly, if you voted for Trump because you were worried about the economy, you honest to God think that immigration's a problem, I guess. Whatever it was, if you just voted for him because you want something different, I'm okay with that, and I almost understand it to a degree. I personally never would, just because of what type of man he is and how he's already proven himself to just kind of be a bad person on top of also being a liar. He'll say anything that you want to hear, and you guys, this is where the supporters, I differentiate you, between Trump supporters and Trump voters. Because Trump supporters, you guys are the whole campaign, where Tim Walz called you guys weird, that stuck for a reason, because you guys are weird. You know that it's fundamentally weird to just it's not just standing behind a politician, which that's fine. You guys can adore a politician, I get, even using that word, but that's what you guys do. You adulate this guy so much. And for what? Do you guys need a daddy figure that badly in your life that you just need to prop up, where you're just yes, this person, look, that my personality based on this. And for some reason you're just yeah, those commies, the left wing, they're the weird one. What? And you don't understand where just normal people look at that and they're like, oh, that is messed up. You got Trump voters that think that's messed up. They think the cult aspect is messed up. But here's the thing. Not only is this a teaching moment for the left, we are a learning moment for the left, I should say. But this is also, the shoe's on the other foot now. So you have to be vigilant about this. You have to hold them to account. Let's be real. If his first 10 days, I'm not even giving him 30, if his first 10 days don't go well, you got to start hammering his supporters. You got to start really going after, and using a little bit of the same tactics, except if you're going to bully him with facts. Bully him with again, if the stock market is high, great. But if we're still paying more, at the pump, at the grocery store, if he does the tariff thing and we end up actually getting put into this, recession that every economist was saying, yeah, if he does that, we're screwed. The thing is, this is where I kind of want to calm everybody down on the left here. Let's take it for what it is. His campaign promises, how many of them did he actually keep in 2016? He did one thing. Well, two, I guess, if you want to include the tax cuts, but he did not campaign on that. He campaigned on tax cuts for the middle class, which we did not get. Okay, like we got like minuscule tax cuts in comparison to what he gave to the billionaires, and then because of what he did to the billionaires, you want to talk about trickle down economics? That's why we were paying more, dude. Like, I just hate how you guys all again just the Trump God, where you don't see it for what it is. It's like his billionaire cronies were setting up the system to screw us over, specifically the lower middle class or the lower class, and these people voted for him. So I'm not gonna sit here and do the thing either, where it's just like, well, you're gonna learn, because I don't have to. They are gonna learn, but only when it happens. I'm not gonna do it preemptively. Once, like, if it does happen, hell yeah. That's where I was going with this, is like, you have to hold them to account for supporting bad policy, because they wanted to talk about policies this entire time with Kamala, while only getting vibes based shit from Donald Trump, just like, I have a concept of a plan. Like, they accepted that, and America apparently was like, okay, cool, let's do it, because let's be real, he sucks. Like, Biden did a pretty bad job of, even with all the good shit, they didn't campaign on it. They didn't really like campaign on any of the economic stuff that he did. They actually kind of ran from it. They ran from the Bidenomics thing because, let's be real, it wasn't a good situation. You know, he didn't do enough to combat inflation for us. He didn't do any executive actions. You know, hell, he didn't even think about giving us a stimulus like check or any of that crap. You know, if he had done something like that, I'm telling you, like, that would have probably sold the Democrats a lot more. But, you know, they also got to play that game where, oh, well, maybe they'll bring up the deficit. Please watch the deficit just skyrocket under Trump. Okay, like, they're not going to hold, deficit hawks are not going to hold him to account. Let's be real about this, okay? But let's also be real about, like, what is happening now, where we go from here. First off, it does nobody any good to just sit here and hope that he fails. Like, honestly, yeah, I'm not going to pretend that he's not going to put his cronies, his Trump 2025 or the Project 2025, like, if they start going forward with that, I mean, again, they voted, like, this is what America voted for, so they get to learn. The nice part is, at least we had the hindsight to take it at face value. These people are going to learn the hard way, and then we can't just, this is why I keep reiterating this, we can't just bitch out and just be like, well, we're going to take the high road. No, rub their face in the shit that they just left. I mean, don't do that with your dogs, because that's not how you train dogs, but that's how you train Trump supporters, damn it. I guess. I don't know. But again, if the economy does end up, you know, doing well, but sitting here, my whole point was sitting here and hoping that he fails is totally, you know, I don't think that that's something that is, you know, very healthy mentally, number one. Also, again, I did want to reiterate that these are just my fresh takes on it. I am coping, so, you know, I'm going to probably change my opinion after, you know, just his first time, just, you know, fucking up. But at the same time, I'm also not gonna, like, just seek out the Trump media stuff. Funny enough, I am gonna, like, I'll be covering it for this, but in my personal life, hell no, man. I'm just gonna hope for the best, prepare for the worst. That's all we can do, okay? But realistically, if you guys are, number one, feeling like, if you guys are feeling suicidal, please contact your friends, or even try and get a hold of me if you need to, through my email listed here. I will, or through the comments, I will respond to you. Just please do not harm yourself. Don't take any drastic actions. Just please. And I know that's a real thing right now. That's why I'm even bringing it up, because I've seen some of the discourse going on social media, and that's what scares me, especially like the trans community. I've seen a lot of you just freaking out, and I understand. Trust me, I understand. But we have to, again, we have to look at the good. Number one, if you live in a blue state, please just take that for what it is. But also, again, we have to prepare for the worst, because the Supreme Court, they did like quietly start challenging states' rights recently. So, and that literally flew under the radar of everybody. Which again, and this is where, we can sit here and blame mainstream media all we want, and they do deserve it. And trust me, CNN, man, I got a lot to say about them, but, you can't just sit here and blanket say that's the reason that Trump won. Okay. And yeah. But anyway, back to the mental health thing for real. I'm dead serious. And also, I'm going to, you know what, here. 988. Just text 988 if you need some help. Okay. Sorry, I know that took a minute there, but yeah. Also, if you, I'm trying to be a little more lighthearted about this, obviously, because do not think that I did not have the worst pit in my stomach last night. I went to bed with a dose of reality, but also I'm looking at this from the perspective as we've already gone through this. We survived it. And if there is this perception of him being so well for the economy and for the American people, then fine. But real quick, foreign policy wise, guys, I don't want to go too in depth into this right now, because this is still fresh, but we have to be very careful here, because you want to talk about how we had to be on our game with Biden and Genocide Joe and all that. We have be prepared, guys, because this could get very bad. But fingers crossed, guardrails hold. At some point he gets talked out of doing like the real dumb thing and just giving Putin what he wants. But, my friends in Ukraine, please be prepared. That's the scariest stuff for me right now. And it's very real. It's very real. So, and I saw that he had won something like 19% of the Arab vote in Michigan. And I just got to say, guys, again, not trying to I am not trying to rub your nose in it. But if it goes sour, just remember, you do have to take some personal accountability on who you voted for at that point. And, this is the lesson of the lesser of two evils in politics, I guess, because I know it always comes down to it, and it always comes down to the election day. But, I did see that in Pennsylvania, Jill Stein had something like, I think, 19,000 people. And at the time that Trump was starting to overtake, I did the math, and that would have helped her go over him in Pennsylvania at that moment, though. So, I don't know what the final tallies are. I'm honestly, that's what I'm doing for my mental health, is I'm not going to go through it. I'm not going to watch the concession speech. I'm not going to watch any of that stuff. Sorry if that's what you're coming here looking for. I am here just for a actual pep talk. All right. I'm actually living up to my name today, but I don't know if you guys really do want to conversate a little in the comments about this kind of stuff, and let me know what is going on. I'm really I know this kind of seems like comment fishing, but I'm genuinely, I do care if you guys are going through something, and if I can help with it in any way, I would like to be there for you. It's kind of weird. I know there's this parasocial thing with streamers and everything, but this is my way of trying to help and actually make a difference. Where, you know, you got so many people out there that they put on a good, you know, face for that kind of thing, and got like they do the thing like comment if you think or let me know what you think in the comments kind of thing. And you know for a fact they don't care, but you know, superficial stuff with YouTube, I guess. Anyway, yeah, this does suck though, you know. I still feel like crap. I gotta be honest with you guys. I put the blackout curtains on and smoked a little too much today just to tune out and fall asleep. And I wasn't even sure if I was gonna be able to do this. But I you know, I sat there and did some long thinking about it. And yeah, I'm gonna try and be positive this time. I don't want to let the whole thing ruin my life, but I'm also taking Trump supporters to task. So if you can take one thing out of this video is just learn how to differentiate between a Trump voter and a Trump supporter, and also just calling them on the carpet for what it is. Because just ask them, would you be this supportive of like a George Bush or any other Republican figure? Like, we get it. He's funny. He is like larger than life, and you can be a fan. Like, if you're a Trump fan, even, I'll give you that. But if you just blanket say, I'm a Trump supporter, then you've lost all objectivity, and you more than likely have just lost the ability to differentiate between his bullshit and just what you want to hear, and like the owning the libs thing. It's just, you know, but also, at what point is owning the libs worth, you know, sacrificing your humanity and like just overall just being a decent person and a nicer person, a kinder person? You know, so many people are just so quick to be like the worst versions of themselves in public. Like, it just happened to me today. As I was walking out of the post office, it was, you know, innocuous, but yeah, I was at my post office. I had to do something there, like, ugh, especially the day after an election. I should have known. But as I was walking out, you know, this guy, he kind of had a shit-eating grin on his face. I go to walk out the door. He's like, "Oh, I wasn't holding this for you." I was like, "What the what? Whoa, dude!" And he just walked past me, and it stunned me. I was like, I have never had the opposite of a door hold happen. Like that just split second of like he couldn't let what. I'm still kind of like, what the hell, dude? Like, if by some chance you see this and like you recognize me, like, seriously, man, what the hell's wrong with you? Oh man. Just drop my need some electrolytes after last night. Yeah, had some Pepsis on the on the stream, and may have gone to that's, you know what? I went to bed happy, surprisingly, because I had some Taco Bell in my tummy. That was my comfort food. The funniest part is I saw this where I follow the God page. It's like the meme page, and on there, he was like, "How many of you went to Taco Bell like today or yesterday?" I was like, oh, I did. I actually did. That was my comfort food. Where I'm like, I just need to eat. And I don't care. But that's another thing. If you guys can do what makes you happy right now, that if you need to tune out of politics, that's fine. I had a few subs jump off, and one of them was nice enough to message me beforehand where they're like, listen, this is nothing against you. I'm unsubscribed. Excuse me. I am unsubscribing from all politics right now. And I was like, I totally support that. I was gonna try and tell him, like, you can just turn off notifications, you know, you don't have to unsub from me, but okay, I understand, but please sub to me actually, because I'm gonna be here with next 4 years and beyond, hopefully. Knock on wood, never know with health. But I'm gonna do my best to be, number one, as positive as possible, but I'm gonna be objective. I'm not going to, number one, this is not my why I'm leaving the left video. This is not my I'm pivoting to the center even more or pivoting to the right, like, because number one, my personal politics are not what I would call center, but I get accused of that because a lot of people conflate my personal politics with me just trying to report from the center, where I'm trying to see it both ways as much as possible. But I also do admit my bias. Like, I'm not a, coming from the left. But anything else? I think that, honestly, man, I'm more worried about you guys. I really am. Because funny enough, my wife, who, you know what? I'll bring her up in this because she is not what I would call politically, engaged. She's in tune, but she's not she does not really go out of her way to watch political content, believe it or not. But she's definitely feeling this, and she feels like a second-class citizen. She is very disappointed in her country. She's very disappointed in, the women who voted for Trump so easily, just not even thinking about, the women's rights aspect to the abortion arguments or any of that. It's just, yeah, I feel most for the people in my life right now. And, one of my best friends is part of the trans community. I'm terrified for, what she's going to be going through, but also I'm here to be like the first line of defense. So, it's the same for you guys. Like, as far as online, if I can, I would like to be, the first line of defense for you guys. If somebody's being shitty to you, like, I'll be your white knight, I guess. I'm much better. I have a much better temperament for this kind of thing. Also, like, when I see comments and stuff, like, even people that try to argue with me, like, I'm very picky with the way that I engage. But I think that I have gone on long enough. I think that, again, if I can help you, I have to reiterate, please do not be afraid to drop a comment, and just if you want to talk out something, I'll even I think I can do DM. If not, I'll give you a link to my Discord and we can talk there. Also, if you want more upbeat content kind of thing, or if you have any ideas for my content coming up, please shoot me some of that. As far as, like, if you have any organizations that, or people from organizations that I can interview or something like that, because I would like to do some more of that. I'm trying to be more active in the actual community, and also I'm looking forward to 2026, 2028. We can't just stop now. We have to start focusing on the next election. We do have to, make the Democrats realize where they went wrong with the Liz Cheney and Dick Cheney thing. Because I'll be honest, man, that almost turned me off. Like, I bit my lip and was just like, all right, Harris. And also, the abortion issue. And there were many issues. Like, I wasn't single issue with it, but I wasn't, like, what I'd call thrilled, or as thrilled as most people were. Like, I'm very, like, excited to vote for him. Like, I'm still not. She's still very corporatist. She pivoted too quickly on the healthcare, like the universal healthcare, because right at the beginning she tried to make it to where she's like, oh, I didn't say that. It's like, yes, you did. Here's the speech. I did. I had the speech in it was like one of my very first videos that I covered was in her campaign speech. She was just like, yeah, I want to do universal healthcare. I was like, based, and like, I was beyond supportive of her at that point, but then that weird pivot to the right at the end, I was like, okay, man, like, now you're trying to get those disaffected Republican voters who, I guess internal polling was showing that, that would do you some good, but you lost enough of the left vote and the Latino vote, the black vote, the Arab vote, like, all of it. And I guess you can call this a referendum on chauvinism. There is something that needs to be said about that and definitely addressed. If you have a male in your life that voted for Trump and did so just easily, you might want to question what he thinks and how he thinks of you. But yeah, also, if you have a loving relationship, good for you, and I'm happy for you. Anyway. All right. Well, everybody take care of your mental health. Leave a like and subscribe. Subscribe if you're not already subbed to the channel. I do really sincerely appreciate that. I love the community that I'm building here, so I'd love to make it bigger. And also, I'm not even gonna ask for the memberships thing and all that stuff. I have them, but if you want to seek them out. But this one, yeah. It's this one's free for all. All right. I'll catch you guys in the next one.